majority of the Board of Directors and the University of Massachusetts Amherst Alumni Association, you're honored to have presented you with these awards given the 17th day of April 2012. I thank all of you for attending this prestigious event and for your continued support of the Alumni Association in UMass Amherst. As you may know, we have an effort underway to offer a new UMass Amherst special license plate through the Massachusetts Department of Transportation. I hope you consider applying for the plate to show your UMass pride everywhere you go. Together we can do great things to advocate for this fine institution of higher learning for many generations to come. Thank you.
The entire institutional reputation, the entire institution's reason for being is really reflected in what all of you accomplish. And so when you rise to the creme de la creme, the best of the best, as distinguished alums, we are even more proud of you. So let me say to Victor Bahl and Henry Barr, Sigrid Bauschinger, Susan Hagedorn, George Smith Jr., and George Stuart, congratulations. We are proud of you. We want you to continue doing what you've been doing and help us continue to create alums just as we've helped create you over the years.
Our most distinguished alumni, those who exemplify the best qualities of UMass education, are those who align their expertise with service and engage the attributes of their UMass degrees in ways that empower and elevate others, not only in the present, but in ways that will play out across the future.
I got a Ph.D. from UMass, and it literally changed my life in a considerable way. And I was sort of thinking about UMass Amherst, and I found that some of the top Microsoft leadership has come from UMass. So, example is Steven Sinofsky, who heads up the Windows product group, and Windows, as you know, is a $30–40 billion business, and that's a pretty big deal. He got his master's from UMass Amherst. And then I can go down the list, but I found, and this is surprising to me, but many individuals from UMass are now vice presidents, corporate vice presidents in Microsoft, running large businesses and doing exceedingly well. Okay, and so generally the company thinks very highly of the university, and rightly so, of course. So the point I guess trying to make here is that the degrees from UMass really does make a difference. It's very well respected, and people recognize the fact that this is a really solid school with very good teachers, very good attitude towards research, and producing people with technology, with backgrounds that actually do help industry and also in research as well.
For me, it was a matter of going from kind of thinking about social justice as a community activist to taking that passion as a community activist to nursing and to health. And a lot of us were doing that at the time, going to nursing school. If we weren't going to law school, we weren't going to ed schools, we were going to nursing school. So there were a lot of people from what we call the movement in the Boston area who then went to nursing school and became social activists. So here we are now, and I got this crazy idea about funding a chair in a professorship in social justice in nursing. Now, don't even ask me what that means. Nobody else has done it, and we're going to figure it out, aren't we? And we're going to grow a school of nursing where there's going to be research, there's going to be practice, there's going to be education, there are going to be students who are going to follow that person who sits in that professorship, who wants to use nursing as a vehicle for social change. So I'm looking forward to that, and without UMass, I'd just be a filmmaker. I wouldn't have a subject about which I'm passionate and about which now I make films. So thank you, and love UMass.
What is it about my involvement that generated the kind of reaction that resulted in this award? And why did I contribute, as people seem to think I've done? I think it's fair to say that it's out of a significant degree of respect that I have for UMass Amherst as an institution, and perhaps the remainder of my involvement can best be summarized using the term gratitude. My gratitude to this university. Victor's already touched on it, Susan touched on it. For me, when I graduated from the University of UMass Amherst, I think about the reality, Susan, of going on to law school. That was a proverbial choice at the time. And recognizing quickly that the education I had received at UMass Amherst was the equal of those of my classmates at law school and business school. And that not only could I compete, but I could successfully compete, which, as Victor described, allows you to go onto the road to develop a career, and hopefully, if we have the opportunity, to return to this institution the kind of skills and enthusiasm that we had as we were going through that process at the university.
When I came to campus in the fall of 1998, 4 buildings had Ethernet, which for the youngins here, that's what the internet was on back in the day, it was wires. When I graduated, wireless internet was this newfangled thing that, and we had to shove really big cards into our laptop or desktop computers, because desktop computers existed. Flash forward to where I am now, and my entire job, everything around me is about the digital world. And yet, it was my time at UMass that provided the foundation for everything that I've done since. They couldn't teach me the specific skills because my job hadn't been invented yet. Mark Zuckerberg had dropped out of Harvard a couple miles away from here. But the foundation there, with the support, with the classes, with the skills, the teachers that drove me insane, the discipline that I had to learn over time, because maybe my freshman year I used to take 1 or 2 classes here or there. And it was an empowering thing. And now I look back as this award, and I'm so honored by it.
My scholarly interest has always centered on contemporary German literature, especially German Jewish writers. I was also adjunct professor in the Department of Near Eastern and Judaic Studies. However, when I came to Massachusetts, I discovered that such eminent citizens like Ralph Waldo Emerson, Henry David Thoreau, Margaret Fuller, the Aldens, did what I always considered my role, to foster and spread the knowledge of world cultures. As a teacher of German, I was thrilled to learn that they were interested in German literature. They learned German. I was so fascinated that I wrote a book about them and the great cultural tradition of Massachusetts, which also created this university.
I'm humbled, shocked, and awed that I got this letter as the Distinguished Honorary Alumni Award recipient. I am a member of the Department of Mechanical and Industrial Engineering Advisory Board, and I'm not an engineer. I don't know how I got that. I'm not a graduate of UMass, I'm a graduate of the University of Illinois, so I still haven't figured out this connection. But in a larger sense, I think it's a reflection of the partnership that our company, PTC, Parametric Technology Corporation, has had with UMass over the years. We're actually number 3. We have hired more employees from UMass than any school in the country, except, well, in the world, except for University of Minnesota and the University of Technion in Israel. We have 6,100 employees. We're a software company based out of Neum, and we have 1,000 employees here. But we've been fortunate to hire executives that weren't executives when we hired them from Amherst, from the engineering school. And so 2 of our top leaders in the company graduated from UMass.